If you look at the life of Muktananda, what did Muktananda do? He was a wandering monk for many years with a lot of practice and a lot of strength in him, and then he met Nityananda. And then, he had all sorts of initiations and pranayama and all sorts of things he knew, but when he met Nityananda, he says, okay, that's it. That's what I want to be. This is the ultimate realization. That's a real siddha. So he sat in front of Nityananda morning to evening, day in, day out. Nityananda would take his bath at 3 in the morning or something. They had a hot spring, and then he would sit quietly the whole day. And Muktananda would sit quietly in front of him the whole day and just identify. He would forget that he's Muktananda and become Nityananda. But at a certain moment, Nityananda gave him his grace and his Shakti, and Muktananda was liberated. And as Muktananda went to do his sadhana somewhere else to crystallize, Nityananda built an ashram for him next to his ashram, and they would give lectures in the same time. And the disciples would speak between them, and sometimes they would speak about exactly the same thing, with exactly the same movements, without pre. And then the gopis would love Krishna, and they would express their love because the trees were black like Krishna, so they would hold the trees like that, and they would do the same body movements, the same everything. And that's how Muktananda became Nityananda. And Nityananda became Muktananda. And because of that, when Muktananda went to the West, being so identified with Nityananda, he had this remarkable success. He basically built, I think, 150 centers in a year and a half. It's like 3 centers a week. Every 2 days, somebody would say, wow, amazing. Here, take my house, make an ashram. Here, we stay now, we are your disciples. Imagine that impact. And then he was a total nobody in America and in the West where he went to. But having this immense occult power through the identification with his guru, this is what he attained, and this is what Patanjali recommends in Sutra 37. We totally identify with a divine being. Find the full lecture on YouTube.